Hey everyone, and welcome to Yoga with Rachel. Today's yoga for the classroom practice is a standing yoga flow. All right, let's get started. Join me by standing nice and tall. Walk your feet so that way they're underneath your hips and the toes are pointing forward. Let's loop our shoulders forward and then back, and then allow our arms to rest at our sides. Our palms are facing forward and our fingertips are curling in slightly. So we have arrived in our very first yoga posture, mountain pose. So right away, I invite you to picture a mountain in your head. Now let's visualize that we have transformed, or we've become that mountain. So the top of our head is the top of the mountain, or the peak. Our arms and our hands are the sides of the mountain, and our feet and our legs form that strong base. Let's all breathe in through our nose, and then breathe out through our nose. Wonderful. On our next breath in, let's send our hands up and overhead, fingertips come together, maybe you even look on up, and then breathe out through your nose, hands float back down to the sides. 2 more times, breathe in, hands go up and overhead, and then breathe out, our hands float back down to our sides. 1 more, breathe in. And then when we breathe out this time, let's wiggle our fingers until they're back to our sides. Great work. Let's swim our fingers back and behind us, and let's interlace our fingers. And what I mean by this is we are taking bubble gum hands just behind the back. Reach your hands towards the ground and then away from your body, just stretching it on out. Breathe in through your nose, and then breathe out through your nose. Breathe in. And then when we breathe out, let's break free. Hands come forward and then eventually float back down to our sides. Okay, step your feet a little bit wider than your hips. And now we are going to use our creative minds once again and imagine that we are trying to keep a hula hoop up. So we are going to take our hips in a circular motion, trying to keep that hula hoop from dropping to the ground. So our feet are resting on the earth. We have a soft bend in those knees. No worries about what this looks like, even if it feels a little silly, just have some fun. And now let's take that circle in the other direction. Wonderful, and then we eventually find stillness. We allow that hula hoop to drop. All right, so let's step our right foot forward, planting the whole foot on the ground, and then roll onto your right heel. Getting a nice stretch perhaps in the back of the leg, and we're bending our left knee slightly. All right, now step that right foot back and behind you, planting the full foot on the ground, getting a juicy stretch there. There's still a bend in our front knee. Wonderful, shake it off. Bring your right foot back to your left foot. All right, let's step our left foot forward now, and then roll onto that left heel. Small bend in the right knee. Wonderful, then step that left foot back and behind you. Great, and then we shake it on off, bringing the left foot back to join the right. Now we are going to get our heart rate up. So let's just begin by marching on the spot. So lifting those knees nice and high. So we are staying in one spot. We're not walking around the classroom or wherever we are. And now let's get those arms going too, because why not? So feel free to continue marching on the spot, or you can start to jog on the spot. Wherever you are, we are here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and we stop. Let's breathe in through our nose, and then breathe out through our nose. All right, walk your feet together, the legs together, and now let's hop our feet out. And then hop the feet back in, and then back out. All right, let's keep this hopping action going. And now let's imagine that we have a jump rope in our hands. So we're also going to be skipping while doing this foot action. All right, wherever you are, we are here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, stop. Let's breathe on in through our nose. And then breathe out through the nose. All right, let's connect our right elbow towards our left thigh and then left elbow towards the right thigh. So going back and forth. So these are called crossovers. You can do this nice and slow, or you can pick up the pace. You can add a little hop or a skip to it, making this your own, just having some fun. So wherever you are, we are here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's breathe in through our nose and then breathe out through the nose. For our cool down, we are going to explore one of my favorite yoga postures, tree pose. But before we get started, let's walk our feet underneath our hips. Our toes are pointing forward. Let's stand up nice and tall, just as we did at the very beginning of our practice. Now, let's imagine that we have transformed into trees. So our feet are the roots. They're connected into the earth. Our arms are the branches. Our hands are the leaves. And the rest of our body is the trunk. All right, let's lift our right heel, or part of the right root, away from the ground. Turn your right toes so that way they're facing towards the right side. And then walk your right heel to your left ankle. Your knee is turned out slightly. So our tree trunk has transformed or changed a little bit. On our next breath in, our branches and the leaves go to the sky. We're really reaching for that sunshine. Now, it starts to get a little bit windy, so our branches and the leaves start to sway from side to side. Wonderful. The wind leaves us. Let's breathe in through our nose and then breathe out through the nose. Breathe in. And then when we breathe out, our branches and the leaves float back down to our sides. Wonderful work. Place your right foot or your right root back down to the ground. And let's lift our left heel away from the ground now. Turn the left toes out so that way they're facing the left side. And then bring the left heel to the right ankle. Wonderful work. On our next breath in, the branches and the leaves go back to the sky. We're really reaching for that sunshine. You may even want to look on up here if you would like. And now that wind comes by and we start to sway from side to side. And then the wind stops. We find stillness. Let's breathe in through our nose and then breathe out through the nose. Breathe in. And then when we breathe out, our hands float back down to our sides. We can plant our left foot, our left root back down into the earth. Bring your hands together and then in front of your heart and bow your head, chin towards your chest. Feel free to close your eyes or you can look directly past your nose. Perhaps you smile a little here. Perhaps you whisper to yourself, I am amazing. I want to thank you so very much for showing up here today and for joining me for this classroom practice. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you are ready to get back into some good old learning. Let's breathe in through our nose and then breathe out through our nose. Take good care, everyone. Bye for now.